Right now, still rattled from Madison's first homicide in the heart of the city. Tonight, we're a step closer to finding out if a person of interest will soon be charged.
Down in Beloit, a very different tone than we've heard before from the police chief. Thankful for a tip that led to a key arrest in a months-long investigation.
Plus, unheard of, why a judge is ruling against Assembly Speaker Robin Vos stunned a First Amendment expert.
And the Biden administration announces a new plan to lower gas prices across the U.S. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
We are learning more information tonight about two area homicides. One that has frustrated police in Beloit for 2 months. The other just last night right in downtown Madison.
And we begin with that shooting. It is Madison's first homicide of the year. A man in his 30s is dead. Police believe it was targeted and planned, happening just after 5 o'clock last night, right outside of the jail and police department. Investigators found at least a dozen shell casings on the scene.
And Naomi Cole spoke with the chief this afternoon. Naomi, is anyone charged yet in this homicide?
Not yet. Homicide charges are coming for one suspect in custody. Another person who was driving the car when they were later found last night near the Alliance Center, they're also in jail on a probation violation. Now, we now know a family member was there when the shooting happened, which matches what a witness told us last night, that they saw a woman screaming for someone to save him. Police say they aren't ruling out gang violence.
We want to acknowledge that this shooting has many people who work downtown on edge. It's scary for me to think that this took place in a very public area where people come to live and to simply work. At the Madison Police Department, we're doing what we can to help ease the nerves of valued employees. Last night, our officers escorted some to their vehicles. We provided extra patrol near where the shooting took place, and we will do that again today.
Police have a gun as well they found near where they arrested the suspect, and they're figuring out if it was the murder weapon. It's Madison's first homicide of the year after 10 last year.
Naomi, thank you. Someone finding the courage to speak up 2 months after a deadly shooting may have helped police solve the crime.
The tip yesterday morning pointed Beloit police to the state of Michigan, where fellow officers arrested Amari Goodall. Investigators think he shot and killed Jayan Broomfield outside Beloit Memorial High School back in January. Tahlil Mohadeen is live in Beloit, where today the chief thanked his community. Tahlil?
Chief Sales wants this arrest to put everyone on notice if they're breaking the law in this city. Sales says that he got a tip about a Amari Goodall being in Southwest Michigan yesterday morning and immediately reached out to that area's police. Holland, Michigan officers then tracked Goodall to an apartment and called him out. The 19-year-old did cooperate. Sales says that crucial tip shows his officers are gaining people's trust in Beloit.
They built that trust with us, and that continued communication that we have with our community showed that we were here to actually help them and not to cause any problems further for them. So we appreciate that, and we continue to champion that we need to work together.
This is still considered an open investigation, one of 2 other homicide investigations just this year in Beloit. Police now say they'll be able to focus more on those unsolved cases. As for the Beloit Memorial High School community and Jayan Broomfield's family, Chief Sales says he's hoping the last 24 hours did offer some relief. In Beloit, Tahlil Mohadeen, News 3 Now.
Tahlil, thank you.
Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast now. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi is on the snowy weather patio.
Down out there,
wow.
Gary.
Yeah, just a few very light flurries. Not really, it's not sticking to the ground. Temperatures are actually above freezing, but we did get some accumulating snow last night. You can see visible cloud track, lots of clouds, but the clouds are starting to break up to our north and west. We'll actually see the skies clear out overnight. Still some flurries over eastern Wisconsin. For the most part, precipitation very light. Most of the heavier snow is north and east of our viewing area. Low temperatures this morning, just a couple of degrees colder than forecast, and that was enough to get the snow to stick to the ground in many locations. High temperatures so far today really have not gone up very much. Right now, we're seeing temperatures that are in the right now in the lower 30s to middle 30s across southern Wisconsin. There's the low temperatures. And for some reason, our graphics don't. There we go. 36 was the high 35 for today, and right now our temperature is 33 in Madison with those flurries falling. By tomorrow morning, as skies clear out, we'll be down to about 22. Tomorrow should be a sunny day. That'll get temperatures back up into the middle 40s, but guess what? We have more snow chances late tomorrow night and Saturday morning and Sunday night into Monday morning. I'll have more on that in the forecast in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Today, Jared Kushner, a senior advisor to his father-in-law, former President Trump, testified before the House committee investigating the January 6th Capitol riots. Kushner was returning from an overseas trip at the time of the attack. Committee members believe he still may have relevant testimony and could have some knowledge of what led to the riots. The committee is also negotiating with Ivanka Trump for her testimony.
The president has spoken to the fact that January 6th was one of the darkest days in our country's history, and that we must have a full accounting of what happened to ensure that it never occurs again.
The committee looking to bring also in Ginny Thomas, the wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. Following revelations, she worked with the Trump White House to try to overturn the election. Members are also looking into who funded some of the groups who carried out the assault on the Capitol. As shelling continues near major Ukrainian cities, U.S. defense and NATO officials say Russian forces appear to be regrouping.
They also say Russian President Vladimir Putin may have been misled on how the war is going. Deborah Alfarone has more.
The Pentagon says Ukrainian forces are on the attack near the capital, Kiev, and other cities despite ongoing Russian airstrikes. U.S. and NATO officials warn Russia's military is preparing to execute more attacks.
There is no clear evidence that he's pulling all of his forces out of Kiev. There is also evidence that he is beefing up his troops down in the Donbass area.
A bus convoy makes its way towards the battered city of Mariupol to evacuate civilians and deliver humanitarian supplies after the Red Cross said Russia agreed to a safe corridor.
People are living in sheer terror.
The United Nations Human Rights Council says it's investigating whether Ukrainian civilians are being forcefully moved to Russia or Russia-controlled territories.
When some of these parents are killed by the Russians, the children are sent to Russia. I think we should get more evidence and documentation about that.
The Biden administration slapped new sanctions on dozens of Russian tech companies and networks that could be used to evade existing sanctions. Meanwhile, Moscow disputes U.S. warnings that Russian President Vladimir Putin is being misled on how poorly his military is performing.
I'm not saying this with a certainty. He seems to be self-isolated, and there's some indication that he has fired or put under house arrest some of his advisors.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky addressed Dutch and Belgian lawmakers, repeating calls for a no-fly zone and more weapons in. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
Virtual peace talks between Russian and Ukrainian negotiators could resume tomorrow. Today, NATO's Secretary General expressed skepticism, warning that he has seen little willingness from the Russian side to find a political solution. Nevada police have confirmed they found the body of a missing woman who disappeared earlier this month. 18-year-old Naomi Irion was last seen in a Walmart parking lot when a man approached her vehicle. 41-year-old Troy Driver was arrested last weekend in connection with her disappearance. Driver was in court today before police discovered Irion's remains. He was charged with first-degree kidnapping and is being held on a $750,000 bail. More charges are expected.
The suspect now in custody after a student was shot at a South Carolina middle school. The sheriff's office says the school resource officer asked for emergency backup earlier today after a student was shot. The victim was taken to a hospital, but their condition is unknown at this time. Authorities say the suspected shooter, who is a minor, was found near the school and taken into custody. It is unclear what led to the shooting or if the suspect is a student there at the school. And authorities have arrested 4 more teens in connection to a drive-by shooting outside a high school in Des Moines. Police say 10 teens are now facing murder charges. A 15-year-old was killed, a 16 and 18-year-old seriously injured in the shooting, and a motive remains unclear.
A man accused of killing 6 people and injuring dozens more after driving through a Waukesha Christmas parade says he doesn't feel safe in jail. Darrell Brooks sent a letter to his mother saying that guards paid inmates to spit in his food. He also accused guards and inmates of using racial slurs against him and threatening him with violence. A spokesman for the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department said a grievance filed by Brooks has been reviewed and staff will continue to monitor his care. Brooks will be back in court Monday for a motion hearing. The clock is ticking for Assembly Speaker Robin Vos to turn over documents. A Dane County judge found him in contempt yesterday.
Vos is required to turn over documents a liberal group sued for. They are related to the Gableman election investigation. Political reporter Will Keneally explains how this case is moving forward. Will?
We've not yet heard from Speaker Vos on whether he intends to appeal the judge's contempt decision. He says he needs time to speak with his lawyers. Vos did call the contempt charge an activist ruling by a liberal judge. Bill Leaders with the Freedom of Information Council says it's unprecedented for it to even get this far.
In terms of open records in the state of Wisconsin, a public official being cited for contempt of court for their refusal to provide records. That's a pretty extraordinary thing. Most Democrats and most Republicans are pretty good when it comes to providing access to records.
Vos will face a $1,000 per day fine unless he provides the records or shows evidence he looked for the records, as requested by the court. A lawyer I spoke to today says the court's ruling is not final, and this can be pursued further in courts. But Leaders says Vos will likely not win if he decides to appeal. The courts have historically favored open record challenges like this one. We'll hear more from Speaker Vos at 6.
All right, Will, thank you. As expected, the Badgers' Big Ten Player of the Year, guard Johnny Davis, is heading to the NBA. He will hire an agent, so there's no turning back now. In his breakout campaign, he averaged nearly 20 points, 8 rebounds per game, led the Badgers to a Big Ten title. The draft, June 23rd in Brooklyn. Most mock drafts have Davis going in the top 10 picks, and that would mean at least $4 million during his rookie year alone. Still time to register to vote and time for the spring election next Tuesday. Madison City Clerk's office says you have until tomorrow to register in person, but you can also still register at the polls on Election Day. To do so, you'll need to show proof of residency, which could include a utility bill, bank statement, or your driver's license. If you're not sure where to vote, follow the link in this story to channel3000.com. And up next at 5, gas prices continue to rise across the U.S., but there is some hope.
How President Biden's new plan could lower costs at the pump when we return. And later, why is former Wisconsin Governor Tommy Thompson meeting with former President Donald Trump? We'll have the details coming up at 6.
And a crushing day for stocks, wrapping up the worst quarter in 2 years. The Dow tumbles more than 550 points. The Nasdaq falls almost 222. The S&P down 72. And we'll be right back.
ApplianceMart's Spring Semi-Annual Sale is happening right now. For a limited time only, save up to 40% off clearance and special buy appliances. Plus, pay no interest for 12 months. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart, inside Ashley off the Beltline at East Springs Drive.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video that the viewers can watch while you and I talk so they can actually see how this works. And you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home. I had the timer on, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is wholly words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing, or just when you want to like get rid of the bags? And
Yeah.
you would,
I
your
mean,
morning routine.
It absolutely could be a daily thing, but the way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. Apply it underneath your eyes, fine line wrinkles, forehead lines. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Ashley Spring semi-annual sale is happening now. Spruce up this season with store-wide furniture savings. For a limited time, discounts up to 54% off. Plus, get an additional 10% off and pay no interest for 36 months. It's the spring semi-annual sale only at Ashley.
News 3 Now is taking action to find and deliver the news stories that matter where you live.
Taking action to uncover the truth, getting answers, and finding solutions that can make an impact in your life and our community where we all live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
Need emergency weather alerts before conditions turn bad? Download the First Warn Weather app right now. Turn on the notifications and I will alert you when severe weather threatens. The First Warn Weather app. Get it now, powered by News 3 Now.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Florida police rushed to a crash scene early this morning to find an 18-wheeler hanging off a bridge. It took crews about an hour to pull the truck back onto the road. Luckily, the 2 people and 2 dogs inside were not hurt. They made it out safely. Investigators say severe weather in the area may have caused that crash. Evacuation orders still in place for residents east of the Smokies in Tennessee because of a wildfire. The fire's in Sevier County. It's burned over 3,700 acres just since yesterday morning. Officials say more than 100 structures and at least 5 rescue vehicles have been damaged. Right now, the fire just 5% contained. The cause has not been determined.
With record high gas prices, the president orders the release of 1 million barrels of oil per day from the nation's Strategic Petroleum Reserve.
And that's the largest release ever from the reserve. The president says it could bring down the price per gallon 10 to 35 cents. Naomi Ruckham reports.
President Biden says he will put 1 million additional barrels of oil on the market every day for the next 6 months, all of it coming from the nation's Strategic Petroleum Reserve.
This is a wartime bridge to increase oil supply until production ramps up later this year.
The president wants to get U.S. oil and gas companies producing more. And to turn up the pressure, he's also calling on Congress to impose fees on those companies for wells on public lands that aren't getting used.
No American company should take advantage of a pandemic or Vladimir Putin's actions to enrich themselves at the expense of American families.
Drivers have also been paying more for gas, with global supply impacted by steep sanctions on Russia for its war in Ukraine. The pandemic and efforts to move toward greener energy have meant less oil on the market. Kyle Bowles owns an ice cream truck business in Richmond, Virginia, and his trucks run off both unleaded and diesel gas.
In a word, it's brutal, truthfully. You know, a year ago, the prices were $2 less on each one.
This new oil reserve release will begin in May, increasing domestic supply. But experts say it will also bring oil reserve levels to lows not seen in decades. Patrick DeHaan is the chief petroleum analyst for Gas Buddy, the app that helps drivers find the cheapest gas.
Are we going to put ourselves more at risk? This could push up prices long term, because the nation has no relief valve for if there are future problems.
The Biden administration says it will replenish the Strategic Petroleum Reserve when prices come down. But other recent releases haven't done much to move the needle on prices. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
President Biden also ordered the Department of Defense to secure American production of minerals and materials used for large capacity batteries. That's part of the effort to reduce reliance on China for those materials that can help the country move toward greener energy. The Best of Madison Business Awards were held today. The event brought the city's top names in local business together for a luncheon and some networking. Guests were offered stories and advice from the city's best business leaders. This year's honorees include leaders from Orange Tree Imports, Frank Productions, and Star Recycling Group, among others.
Congratulations to all. Let's get a check now at your certified most accurate weather. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canulty.
Well, we got a round of snow last night. Temperatures are just cold enough for it to stick. What stuck to the roads melted pretty quickly, but the grassy areas have stayed pretty snow covered. Some of the higher totals, including 2.8 inches in Sullivan, 2.5 in Monticello, 2.4 in Oregon. Officially, the Dane County Regional Airport, 1.7 inches of snow. But even out to the west, New Rome and Adams County picked up 1.5 inches, and an inch fell in Gaze Mills over in Crawford County. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Well, for some reason that has not updated, but let's go on to the to this graphic. You can see still a few flurries. Even the one, we're getting some flurries on the west side of Madison. They're really not being detected by radar, so for the most part they're pretty light. But you can see that more flurries are expected over parts of northeastern Wisconsin. Farther out to the west, skies are actually starting to clear. Now, we could see additional snow accumulations late tomorrow night into Saturday morning. Again, temperatures are going to be borderline, but it could be cold enough to produce a 1 to maybe 3-inch snowfall, mainly from Madison on toward the north and west. And another system from Sunday night into Monday morning. Very similar amounts. North of Madison might be a couple of inches of snow. South of Madison, probably a little bit less. Again, temperatures are going to be very critical. The farther south you go, the more likely that you're going to see a mix of rain and snow. Farther north, more snow. Temperatures right now, very chilly. 30s all the way south into southwestern Missouri. So that is unusually cold for this time of year. But again, the winds have shifted back to the northwest in the upper levels of the atmosphere. The southwesterly wind flow has shifted off to the east a little bit. There is a little milder air out to the west of us, but another dip in the jet stream already waiting in the wings, and that'll be the system that drops in here for tomorrow night. So we just can't break the cycle and get any significant, consistent southwesterly wind flow to warm our temperatures up for any appreciable length of time. Again, this flurries over northeastern Wisconsin. There's a little trough of low pressure kind of swinging on through, also helping to lift the clouds. But skies are actually starting to clear to the north and west. Temperatures have already dropped into the upper 20s in far northern Wisconsin. And you can see on future track those skies clearing out by early tomorrow morning, allowing temperatures to fall into the lower 20s. Then tomorrow we'll see sunny skies for much of the day. High temperatures will be in the mid 40s. But here comes that next weather system, a mix of rain and snow reaching us Saturday night. And again, that rain snow line very close to Madison, up or down, a county one way or another will make the difference between accumulating snow and maybe just a mix of rain and snow. And then by Saturday evening, that clears out as well. And we'll do the same thing again Sunday night and Monday morning. So for tomorrow, mostly sunny, not as cold, high temperature at 44. Future track beginning tomorrow afternoon, temperatures are in the mid 40s. But here comes that rain and snow mixture late Friday night into Saturday morning. Some snow during the morning Saturday, ending in the afternoon. High temperatures back to around 40 once the snow ends. Again, right now it's looking 1 to 3 inches of snow, heavier amounts north and west of Madison. 7 to 10 day forecast. There's that next system from late Sunday afternoon into Sunday night and Monday. Then temperatures go up a few degrees, mainly rain for Tuesday and Wednesday into Thursday, but there could be a few flakes of snow at night when temperatures get closer to freezing. By the end of next week and into the following weekend, we'll actually see temperatures start to warm up a little bit. As we check out first warn traffic, right now there's the view. This is actually the Merrimack Ferry, just opened today from the DOT, so that's good news there. The Beltline right now looking pretty good in both directions. There was a little delay right around Todd Drive with the construction zone there. Otherwise, traffic moving pretty steadily, about a 15-minute commute either way on the Beltline. Heading out of Madison, Beltline to Janesville, the usual 25 minutes, 16 minutes from Middleton to Sauk City on US 12 and downtown to Sun Prairie, East Washington Avenue and US 151. That'll take you 17 minutes. That's your news for now. First warn traffic.
Thank you, Gary. Just ahead at 5, how the Biden administration is advocating for a more inclusive government for transgender people. That's coming up next.
3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Your John Deere is here. Get yours during deer season. Right now, get your new full-size or mid-size Gator with 0% for 48 months. Get a John Deere now and
power up with Sloan's.
Get your Gator running. Test drive one today at Sloan's.
Give your home an update, inside and out, with 11% off everything at Menards. Find your style with over 1,000 Patriot lighting fixtures. Save 11% on all Patriot lighting, like this Dryden 4-light chandelier. Whether you're adding extra security to your exterior door or simply updating a new lever, Menards offers 100 styles and 6 finish options of quick set, lock sets, levers, and deadbolts. Now all 11% off.
Save big money at Menards.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Family-owned Brothers Maine knows choosing appliances for a remodel or new build can be exciting.
and overwhelming. Our experienced staff has experienced it all as we've guided thousands of area families through appliance selection. Brothers Maine has a larger inventory and low-price deals that consistently beat competitors, including Big Box. You heard me. Big Box can't beat our prices. From sales to install, Brothers Maine does it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
You heard the jingle man, Wisconsin. That means it's time to get a versatile, rugged, athletic SUV that makes you feel like you just won a title. Again. Honda was just crowned KBB.com's best value brand for the 7th year in a row. So get up and go to your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin. Bring it home, Songbird.
Get up and go!
Your John Deere is here. Get yours during deer season. Right now, save $300 plus 0% for 84 months on a 1 Series. Get a John Deere now and
power up with Sloan's.
Run with a 1 Family Series. Test drive one at Sloan's.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The Biden administration is marking a Transgender Day of Visibility with a series of steps.
Advocating for a more inclusive government. Michael George has the story.
Amy Schneider's winning streak on Jeopardy made her the show's first transgender champion and brought an invitation to the White House.
I'm just really honored to be here and really grateful that this is being celebrated and that the trans people are being celebrated in a place like this.
The visit came as the Biden administration marked Transgender Day of Visibility.
You're so brave. You belong. And we have your back.
The White House says as of April 11th, U.S. passport applications will accept X as a gender marker, and that it's making it easier for trans people to change the gender on their Social Security records.
These are sweeping reforms that will make it just so much easier to go about your daily life as a transgender American.
We're also talking about visibility. Why is visibility important to the trans community?
Visibility is so important because we've lived in the shadows for so long. There's so much discrimination in society that a lot of us have felt scared to come out.
The Transgender Day of Visibility is designed to promote inclusiveness and raise awareness about discrimination. Last year, the community faced unprecedented violence. But in Florida, advocates say a new law will make discrimination worse. The measure bars instruction on sexual orientation and gender identity through 3rd grade and has triggered protests around the country.
It will be upsetting, and it will be so difficult, especially for younger queer people.
In a show of support, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services said it would be the first agency to fly a trans pride flag. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
A lesbian rights group filed a lawsuit today to overturn Florida's so-called Don't Say Gay law. We'll get a final check on your First Warn forecast when we return.
Starion Bank, we think having choices is important, so you can choose the products that are right for your life. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities today at starionbank.com.
I can't take it anymore. It's time for a change. Buy one window, get one free? Perfect.
I can change, honey.
Not you. These drafty old windows.
Oh.
It's time for a change. Buy one window, get one free from Feldco.
Buy one window, get one free ends Thursday. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
I like my smile. I like my smile after finishing the power swabs.
I think white teeth are absolute sexy magnets. I love it.
Power swabs have really made a huge difference on the entire quality and color of my teeth, and I'm very, very happy with them.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth.
for hot drinks, ice cream, anything hot or cold. Really, really sensitive teeth. With the power swabs, I've been using them for a week and nothing. I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night and no problems. It is so fast. It is effective.
Great thing about power swabs is that it's just easy to use. To me, it's the best solution for teeth whitening on the market.
Introducing Power Swabs, the 5-minute stain removing and whitening treatment. Apply the Step 1 stain removing cleanser. Use the swab to get in between teeth, around edges, as the blue cleansing detergent is thin enough to get into pores to release stains. Open Swab 2. Duplicate the process. Instantly see up to a full 2-shade difference. That's powerful. Forget gooey trays. Save a fortune on electronics. Forget slippery strips. Imagine your teeth up to 6 shades whiter in a week. Call or visit us online now, and we'll send you the complete Power Swab system. 7 cleansing swabs. 7 Power Swab foaming whitening swabs. Thanks for celebrating hundreds of thousands of satisfied smiles. We're offering them to you right now for this incredible discount. We'll pay your shipping and handling. If you're not fully satisfied, even after day 1, return it for your money back. Laugh more. Smile more. Enjoy life more. Call right now or go online now, and we've been authorized for a limited time to include our on-the-go Power Swab Stain Out Quick Stick. It's a $19.95 value, free. With this complete offer, you are saving over 40%. Call or go online now. Brighten your smile and your life now.
Today's the day to go farther with a partner that provides you innovative solutions for your own personal financial future. Explore the possibilities today at starandbank.com.
Gary's back. Final check of the forecast.
Well, the snow is over, or most of it. Just some flurries out there. You can see that on Doppler track, but they are ending out to the west of us, and we'll see skies clear out overnight. Visibility's right now pretty good, so it's just that very light, fluffy flakes that are coming down. Temperatures are still above freezing, so it's not sticking to the roads or anything, but additional snowfall from late Friday night into Saturday morning brings the potential for another maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow, especially north and west of Madison. Highs tomorrow, mid-40s before we turn colder again for Saturday with that mixture of snow, changing a mix of rain and snow, and maybe another accumulating snow Sunday night into Monday morning.
All right, CBS Evening News is next. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6.